Let's start. So, hello everyone. Today is day 6 of recording this stuff, and why I'm telling you about that today is day 6 and reminding basically why I'm to you guys that today is day 6 and day 4, day 5. Basically, in last video, I didn't tell this that today is day 5. So, is because it just quite keeps me motivated and helps me to analyze myself and kind of provided type of motivation only and increases my self-confidence that yes, for the 6 consecutive days I'm just recording my stuff and by looking at me. So what we are going to today talk is about the I would like to just continue the previous day's story back about my life. So what I did in my past life, okay, not past life, basically in the present life only, in my previous years back then when I was a kid, actually, basically when I was a student. However, according to me, everyone is student and should be always try to learn himself or herself and should try to improve every time by gaining the knowledge from surroundings and should try to just help others. So in the last video I just left you guys there after my 5th standard, in my 5th standard actually, and I just shared about that firecracker scene actually, which I fired actually, and that you guys have listened actually. Why I'm repeating the actually word? So yes, before that I just want to say that I not just basically before near about two hours earlier I watched my last day's videos and I analyzed myself and think, and I just get to know that I fumbles a lot, which I have mentioned in the previous video, in the second video, I guess, second or first video, and quite repeating the same words again and again, and which I just repeated now 1 second ago. So yes, we'll try to improve as soon as possible, and I guess this might help me boost my confidence and will get, of course, for my fumbleness will gone away, where it will go. Yes, far away. So in my 5th standard, let's get back to the story actually. Yes, it is a story only, not a story, not a fictional, it is a true story. Basically just like the other movie, just like the movies stuff that based on a true story. So this video this is also on same. It is basically on true story of my life and which I am expressing to you guys. So what I'm going to tell you is, yes, I'm going to continue. Yes, so I just told you about the 5th standard thing, and it was about the mid 5th standard, and after that the essay 1 basically summative assessment 1. Basically in that, during my period, the CC board was there in CBSE, and so during my essay 1 I quite just had a lot of headache and was not quite in my exams. I just played a lot, due to which my Sanskrit paper was like, I just fucked up everything in that paper, and I just started crying in middle of the paper, and my teacher arrived, the subject teacher arrived and just like give me a slap in my backside of my head actually, not back head. So in the back part of my head actually, and said that you doesn't you doesn't study anything about this stuff, and what you are going to fail in this examination and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, everything was also bad, everything was already bad, and this motherfucker also started giving me lesson that you didn't study at all. I know, man, I know this shit that I didn't study anything about me, that subject, and now you just tell me the answer so that I can pass. And in that teacher actually helped me getting me 25 marks actually. Yes, 20, not 25. Yes, 25 marks. No, that was 5 true false actually. 5 true false, and yes, one true false was, it was 20 marks. 20 marks. Yes, yes. One true false was of 4 marks each. So, and after that examination, I went to the class, and that teacher came to the class, in the recess, because after that our examination, that recess. Okay, so, and by the way, I would like to introduce someone new. He is my elder brother. His name is Yogesh. And with love we are calling him Motivia. Bhaiya, I'm telling actually. Why? Because he's for me elder only. Elder. So yes. And before starting that video, actually I can develop a fear of him, that he will laugh at me. However, he laughed actually on me, that I'm just recording myself by just watching me and saying that you are talking to yourself. What a foolish fellow you are. But yes, you're supposed to hear it. You can't ignore everyone, right, in your life. And I doesn't took it seriously because he's my elder brother, and there was no option actually. Why to take serious then? I'm not supposed to take it serious, right? So yes, so I was after in my recess period actually. I just informed you this about that after my examination, that recess was supposed to be happen. And so in recess, the teacher came and in the front of the whole class called me, and what you did, you were crying in the paper, and just worrying, didn't study a lot and anything about this. All of my hard work is gone waste in teaching you guys, and you guys are doing like this. So yes, and I was like, why this motherfucker is crying at me? Not basically crying. He was my teacher, so I will give you a little bit of respect. So why this motherfucker is screaming at me? Is shouting at me actually, not crying. He's shouting at me. Yes. So hey, by the way, don't get too much serious on this stuff of recording me. Actually, it is for me only, not for you guys. If you are quite interested in this stuff, then I guess there is no problem. But yes, there will be a lot of time waste, and if you are having a plenty of time actually, not plenty. Yes, if you are having plenty of time, then yeah, sure, for sure, do time waste. God will make you suffer in your next life actually. Sure, yes, time waste there. because you will be wasting your time and I am just recording my stuff. Okay, so yes, so and after that, okay, I am going in between somewhere else. So yes, let's get back to the topic. So I told you about myself, my that day actually of my Sanskrit paper, and the teacher's name was Avnish sir. He was not from the local area nearby the school. He was basically from a quite better place, and he was having even quite knowledge actually. Which I have mentioned this that in the DPS knowledge you will get knowledge. You will, yes, for sure, and practically, both practically and theoretically, which is what I like about that school. And yes, I was quite blessed that I went to the school, and I would like to thanks to my mom and dad for letting me go in that school and being a part of that wonderful heaven for a little bit, not for a little bit, for actually 11 years. However, in that, in those 11 years, I was like, when this stuff is going to over, and when this school is going to over, and why this stuff, and where blah 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 blah, and something like this. That means everything that was negative from my side actually for that school. But now, when I realize back to my memories, then actually, yes, not realize, when I remember back my memories, which I am not supposed to, because I am not supposed to live in the past, and not everyone is supposed to live in the past. So it quite actually gives me nice feeling, and yes, also, and today I can say that I'm a proud DPSian, DPSEN, DPSian, yes, DPSian. So, as I told you that in my fifth standard, the two that 2 days were only most craziest one. However, there were many other things also went crazy, but these two things were more crazier than any other incident in my fifth standard or my back in my life at that time. So after fifth standard, I went to sixth class, and I was in the again second section, which was B section. And in my sixth class, in the final examination of my sixth class, I scored 9.9 CGPA, and which for me it was quite impressive, because it feels like, yes, I have just point one thing point one CGPA behind the before that 10 CGPA, and was like quite happy. Yes, I have just cracked everything, and I'm getting promoted to the A section. But where I just entered into 7th standard, I just got an utter shock, and that was that I was get demoted to C section actually. That was quite bad for me actually, and I cried also. Yes, actually. Uh, no, no, yes, no, actually, I didn't cry actually. Yes, I didn't cry at that time, because that was normal for not for me actually, because I was not what I was not fuck. Yes, so yes, so whereas I was demoted to the C section. So when I informed this to my mother, my mother put a note in the diary for teachers that why he has scored, why why you have demoted him to C section, even he has scored 9.9 CGPA, and even some of the students have scored 9.6 CGPA, but then also they are in the B section. So when when I went to the by my I mean, when my mom wrote all these, and when I just told to my charge Lilavati ma'am, I mentioned in the previous video. So yes, so then she showed me the data actually that I was behind in numbers for around 5 people. I was behind 5 people in C section still. But then I asked her that then why these guys have 9.6 CGPA and I have scored 9.9 CGPA, but she didn't answer to that question, because of course how does she know? Yes, so that was also a bad memory for me. And after that I took it personally again, like the third standard, and fuck, why I'm doing this stuff again, shit. So after that when I went to the C section, I just studied along with the play. That was the normal thing, but I studied a little bit more than as compared to the other 5th and 6th standard, and I gave more time to the studies than playing outside. So when the summative assessment came, basically I will tell what was the format of the examination. Fuck, I will be continuing this video. Yes, just wait a minute.